of the National Football League for this Halloween matchup. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Superdome here in New Orleans.
Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here come the Ravens, and that means here comes Lamar Jackson, league's MVP and an All-Pro in 2019.
Another excellent season from Lamar Jackson that was cut short by ankle injury and actually showed just how much he is valued as the leader of the Baltimore Ravens as they went 0-4 down the stretch and missed the playoffs without him. Prior to that, they were 8-5 in a tough AFC North, and he was on his way to his third 1,000-yard season as a runner and career-high marks as a passer.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now it's Jackson.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Back deep, the Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. And taken right at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And here come the Saints for their opening drive.
They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Passing, it's Dalton. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Dalton.
That's complete to Troutman, right side. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And Dalton to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 45.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Dalton sets up play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Bynes gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Room here to run. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Here's Dalton.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, quick hitter here, it's complete. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Holding, offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Dalton now to pass. They go screen. This is Ingram.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again.
This goes out wide for Drake.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Jackson.
That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They go play action with Jackson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Landry now on the return.
Following the punt return here, there was someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. After 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Play action here with Dalton. Out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20.
He starts by handing this off to Drake.
And able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go with the option, coming right. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Gets by him at the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Set to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Play action now. Dalton.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Andy Dalton.
This one taken in by Olave.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
From midfield here, Dalton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
The Ravens offense back out there.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Right back to Drake. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And Jackson going to run again.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
First and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. On first down, Drake. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Jackson. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Now Jackson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury. But we'll never forget. He set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Dalton. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing, Dalton. And he'll just get rid of it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And Dalton to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Ravens. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Saints, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
So Dalton now. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton sets up play action.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Kamara. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. To throw here, Dalton. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And a little floater there is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well. And they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Here's Dalton. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. And all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action with Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll hand it to Drake here on the option. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's the option. Running right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A
really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up, that's the end result.
Jackson running again.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On second down, it's Drake. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. Distance wasn't the problem, but he did need some help from the right upright, and he got it. A little kiss and in.
Yeah, unfortunately caught on the inside of the upright, and that pushed it through. This isn't like a baseball foul pole where you hit any part of it and it counts. It's got to go through the post. If he hits it on the outside, that's no good.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Andy Dalton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. A 10th carry for Kamara. And not much here as he'll get into the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. The drive will start with an option going left. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Now a run up the middle with Drake. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On the option, here's Drake.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Now on first down, Drake again. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play. When we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chip-in. Tucker's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton now to pass. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
What do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
A run for Kamara on 1st down, but the running room closes up quickly as he's only able to get a yard there. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 59 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Lutz is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by a field goal, a little over 30 seconds remaining. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Jackson. And that'll be checked down to Drake. And that's not going to help a whole lot. Maybe 4 yards on 1st down.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One last shot for Jackson.
That is caught. Bateman. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.